cut your orange and cut your mangoes and put it away. So why do you always think of the negative of the whole thing? Even the other day when I mentioned incense, half of you went mad, particularly the Christians. You're almost losing up your head. Fundis. So are you saying we must become witches? These things are being used by the witch doctors and for the spirit. Hey, shut up and listen. If this thing is able to kill airborne bacteria, what is your problem? And if you say you are a true Christian and you believe in the Bible and back to Eden, well, walk up to any mountain, get them pepper yourself, dry it yourself, and burn it yourself. Is tea not a herb that you are drinking? I need herbal tea. I need herbal tea. Who knows what is in herbal? Give me some Chinese green tea. Do you even know what green tea is inside those green trees? So we need to start understanding that there are indigenous African methods of healing that we've been having on the table. And I said this in one of the videos, I'll say it again for the purposes of Corona that is with us, that if, for example, sanitize your environment, sanitize the air you are living in. And not only that, if you feel your chest is getting a bit heavy, boil some water, get some guava leaves, get some gum tree leaves, put them in a hot bucket, take a big blanket, cover yourself and fumigate that bacteria out of your system. In case you feel your body is becoming a little bit weak, walk up to the market in town. There's no need for a witch. Go and buy the African potato, buy some garlics, buy some ginger, put it in a fruit blender mix it up for yourself and toxic that bacteria out of your system. There is nothing poisonous about our herbal stuff. Just do everything and do it in moderation. In as much as you can take all the good tablets and drink all of them, will you not have committed suicide? So don't come around with those weak lines of telling me that the whole issue is that Christianity has taught the African that African things are inferior to the tested European test tube technologies. And at the end of the day, you must understand this, and I'll say it louder. I wish Dr. Selby was still around with us. The hospitals and the pharmaceuticals, their business is not your health. Your sickness is their business, if that makes sense. They are not in the business of making you well. They are in the business of making money out of your sickness. So even this coronavirus, for example, there are thousands of pharmaceutical companies right now who are busy polishing up their hands, picking up some human beings and testing their small little drugs on them. They are coming here, even here to Africa. They'll be coming very shortly, trying to test and punching in up some vaccines and etc. and seeing how human beings behave after they failed them on the rats and the pigs. But we cannot always become guinea pigs of Western civilization. Some solutions are as close to our doorsteps as is our plants to our gardens. So convert some of your gardens into herbal gardens. Go to the market, go to the bushes, find out what works for what. Create a small little column in your yard. Plant your lemons, plant your guavas, plant your gingers, plant your garlics, plant your African potatoes, plant your mince, plant your everything else. As your wife is cooking, as a man just becoming naughty a little bit, go to the garden, pick up some shrubs of mint. And the Indians do that. Have you eaten Indian foods? You find bushes and shrubs inside the things there. You eat, chew something. What is this? That's Indian food. And we all love Indian food. But they season their foods with lots of spices and garlics. So there's nothing wrong. And if you can look back in your history again, business of the world started through the trading of spices. Now you hear it. People would travel all around the world looking for spices so that they can add to their food. And now for Africans to go to the shop to look for spices, I think you're sick in your heads. For the best spices are these shrubs and these bushes that are around here. We grew up as young boys eating berries when we go herding cattle, eating some certain shrubs, picking up some certain plants and chewing them all around, brushing our teeth with some certain pieces of stick. When you get bitten by a snake, you take that, bite your thing, spit on the ground, bite your thing, take some little herb there and bandage you. When someone is cut by something, we even know some trees that have paste that you can put around, and when you close it up there and it heals, even the cut cannot be seen at all. And all this in the body, the beautiful part is that the body is able to deal with natural medication. So if I fail to say anything for today, I'm only saying organic is life. Go back to basics. Go back to basics. When you have 1 glass of juice, please take 6 glasses of water. When you have 1 small little piece of cake, have a whole dozen of ginger and garlics so that you can detox your body from the poison that you are paying for. This is the most painful part. The African has to pay to be sick. We pay to be sick. We pay to buy diseases and fill up our fridges with sicknesses. Maybe the poorer we are, the more healthier we become. Back to mdoho, back to peanut butter. Yes, peanut butter works as good as cooking oil, and it is much more friendly. No, we want refined oils and etc., which have all the other antioxidants that we cannot even explain, because we simply think that African is inferior, European is superior. I don't blame you. That's what they taught you in creche. That's why they gave you a white little doll and you spend all your time putting ribbons on it. And no matter when you grow up also, you want to perm your hair to look like your doll that you were young. Am I dealing with teenagers here? Am I talking to kindergarten kids who are still being controlled by the theories of their kindergarten school? But true as it is, many of us have not outgrown the pictures of beauty that we were taught, the pictures of health that we were taught, the pictures of affluence that we are taught. Now here you are, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years old later, and you still argue with me like you're in a kindergarten class. It's high time we wake up to learn that knowledge is not in the future. Knowledge is in the past. Why do I say that? Because the old people experimented on it, tried it, and it worked. If you want evidence, visit the past. Ignorance is in the future. Now Corona is here. Show me knowledge. We are waiting for them to find it. But if we can harvest our indigenous knowledge from the past. And look, I still want to ask myself the question, why is it that our universities and our pharmacology departments cannot actually have their stations in the traditional houses where herbs are and find out what is in these herbs? What is in it? If I had money, I would be running a huge research center of harvesting this knowledge. With those few knowledge and information that I have for you for this afternoon, I wish all of you tonight, no more teas and etc. Crush some ginger, crush some lemon, yes, and have some nice little juice. Bath before you kiss anybody. Wash your hands before you sleep with your wife. Change your clothes and be healthy. After Corona, we will still be here. Natural is health. Your health is your wealth. Without good health, even the richest man is poor. Back to basics. Live with Mapunga J here on Farmers of Thought, your afternoon drive, discussing African politics, African science, African medicine, and everything else between. African problems, seeking for African solutions. Tomorrow, 4:15, same time, I'll be back in lockdown. I'll see you back in my studio. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Blessings.